Good morning. My name is Nisha Nancy Daniel. I am an assistant professor, Faculty of Commerce and Management, Rama University, Kanpur. Today we are going to study a topic of cost accounting, that is material control, also known as inventory control. Now we need to understand no cost accounting system is effective without a proper and efficient material control or inventory control. If we have to understand what is material control can be understood by simply it's a regulation of our material with proper planning of our purchase of material, storage of material, and its usage. There are various techniques to control material, but before we go to the techniques, we need to understand what is the objectives of material control or inventory control. First of all, material control is required because we need to see that there is no understocking of material. If there is understocking of material, then it can lead to delay in the production or even in the worst case, stoppage of the production. Next objective is overstocking. We need to avoid overstocking of material because it can lead to higher storage value and that can affect the profits of the organization or business. So we need to understand that material control is very important for any cost accounting system, and we need to have a proper regulation on the usage, purchase and storage of material. Next objective is minimum wastage. If we have a proper planning for our material regulation, then we can avoid our wastage or losses of our material. And it can also help us in reducing the cost of production. And then we can work on maximization of our profits. The next objective can be information about material. Now, if we have a proper planning and information about our material, who are the suppliers, from where are we going to purchase the material, how much material is required and how much material is there in the storage. If we have a proper planning of all these, then we can reduce our cost and it can also help us in maximizing our profits. Today we are going to focus on some of the techniques of material control. There are many techniques to control inventory, but today we are going to study or focus on some of the techniques of material control. Now if we have to start with ABC analysis, which is also known as always better control. ABC analysis is nothing but it is based on categorizing of our material or inventory on the basis of their value. We categorize material or inventory in 3 categories on the basis of their worth, on their value. Now, if we have to start with the A category. The A category is the most important category, or it is the category which have the highest value of inventory. So its regulation is also very important, and for that we need experts, highly skilled professionals to manage and regulate the inventory. The A category inventory includes very less amount of the total products or total inventory, that is only 20%. We need to understand that only 20% of the total stock is there in A category, but the revenue generated from A category inventory is more than 80%. So A category is the most valuable or most expensive inventory, but it is less in the amount, or it is less in the amount to store, but it leads to maximum profit or maximum revenue. Now if we have to understand the B category. B category is slightly lesser valuable than A category, and it includes only 40 to 50% of the total inventory, but it gives us revenue less than A category. And similarly, if we have to focus on the C category, then C category is the least valuable inventory control category, which includes very least valuable inventory. It is with maximum inventory or maximum stock, but revenue generated from C category is very less. So this is about ABC analysis. ABC analysis help us in categorizing the inventory on the basis of their value or worth, but it helps us to find which inventory is most valuable and on which inventory we have to focus more. Now if we have to talk about the other inventory control, then many approaches have been done for fixing or for determination of stock levels. We have different stock levels. If we have to start with, we have maximum level. Maximum level can be defined or can be understood as the level in which inventory should not go beyond this level. It is the maximum level and no inventory should go beyond this level. It is a level which is fixed by the organization so that there is no overstocking of the inventory and so that we can avoid the wastage by loss or by theft or by wear and tear. So it is very important to fix a maximum level for the inventory. Now we have to talk about the next is minimum level. Minimum level is the level which is fixed by the organization to determine that there is no understocking. We have to understand that no inventory should go beyond this level. It is very important to understand if the inventory level go beyond the minimum level, it can lead to wastage or even in the worst case, stoppage of production. So we have to maintain this level very importantly. Now the next level is reorder level. Reorder level is somewhere between the maximum level or the minimum level. It is somewhere between them. We have to see that we are fulfilling the maximum level and we are also fulfilling the minimum level, and if we are somewhere in the middle, we have to see that we have to again repurchase or reorder the inventory before we move towards the minimum level. So reorder level is also an important part of inventory control technique. And next we have danger level. Now danger level can be understood by the term danger. This is the level in which the inventory should not go beyond minimum level. If the inventory goes beyond minimum level, it is termed as danger level. Here the production is entirely stopped or the inventory is issued for only emergency activities only. So it is very important that we have to maintain a proper planning, proper budgeting of the inventory, proper utilization, and so that we can reduce the total cost of production. And if we have to talk about one of the more stock levels, then we have one stock level also which is called as average stock level. It is the average of maximum level and minimum level. Okay, so now we have one inventory technique which is called as economic order quantity. Economic order quantity is one of the most important technique to control inventory. What do you understand by economic order quantity? Economic order quantity help us to determine the quantity which is economical for purchasing or for placing an order. We have to find out the quantity of units that we have to place which is beneficial for the organization, which is economical for the organization. And the formula to calculate economic order quantity is, I'll just explain the formula. It is under root 2 into A into B upon C. Now if we have to understand what is A in this formula. A stands for annual consumption or annual demand. A can be understood as annual consumption or annual demand. We have to remember that demand is always annually calculated. If the question gives you the requirement of the quantity in months, then we have to convert it annually first, and then only we can calculate economic order quantity. Now if we have to understand B, B can be understood as buying cost or as cost of placing an order. B can be understood as buying cost or cost of placing an order. It is the cost of placing an order per order. And the last is C. C stands for carrying cost or holding cost per unit. We need to remember that it is always calculated on per unit value. Now, if we have to see a numerical just to understand what is economic order quantity, let's go through it. Now, here it is given annual consumption is 6,000 units. Cost of ordering is rupees 60 per order. I'll just complete it, per order. And carrying cost is rupees 2 per unit. Okay? So now we'll put the values in the formula and we'll just see what is the economic order quantity. Now the 2 is constant and the annual consumption is 6,000. B, that is buying cost, which is rupees 60, cost of placing an order or buying order. And then we have rupees 2 as our carrying cost, and we're going to solve it, and this can be reduced and we'll get 600 units as our economic order quantity. So this is all for today, and in the next lecture we'll discuss more about our inventory techniques. Thank you for today.